Alright, so I'm back with another video and just wanted to record this because I'm building a Clay workflow for a SaaS client, and they help car washes sell online. They also have other features like CRM management, they handle Google reviews, and I think they have loyalty programs as well, right? But the main value proposition is help car washes sell online so they can increase their revenue, make more revenue, and all that, right? That's the main one, and yeah, so they target local businesses, right? And I want to explain how I'm utilizing Clay. Um, you probably have heard of Clay. If you haven't, it's really it's a really good tool. They have over 100 different data providers. You have AI, you can go scrape websites, and all of that, right? Check it out, clay.com. Um, and yeah, so actually they just raised their series, or they actually expanded their Series B as well, and they're now valued at $1.25 billion. That's pretty cool, right? And they're a unicorn now. So yeah, it's a really good tool, and I want to show you the power of using Clay. And yes, you can do it externally as well, but in Clay you just have everything in one place, right? Now this is just a demo table that I've created. We imported a bunch of car washes, I think in New York, and I think there are around 50,000-60,000 car washes in the US. But yeah, so just for this video, I've imported like 100, just to show you what's possible and what data points I'm actually looking at for the initial list that I'm building. This is like the base list. Yes, you can get you can export all the 50,000, 60,000, find all of that. It's pretty easy to find. You can just go to Google Reviews or Google Maps, I'm sorry, and search it up, and you can just scrape it, right? That's usually the approach people take, the companies take, whatever it is. And there are a bunch of other tools as well. You can just export it, and from Google Maps. But here, so with Clay now, you probably have like, let's say 10,000 car washes, right, that you can reach out to, but it doesn't really make sense to reach out to all 10,000 randomly, right? Where Clay can help is segmenting those 10,000 accounts, more filtering those 10,000 accounts, and segmenting it into different buckets of of your priorities and all that. Because see, if a car wash is already selling online, there's a less chance of them considering your, or maybe they will consider, but yeah, there is a less chance of them considering your software than a car wash that's has a bad website, they aren't selling online, they don't have any loyalty programs or anything like that, right? So instead of randomly reaching out to 10,000 accounts, right, why not reach out like 200, 300 accounts, but they are perfect fit, right? And one, if you're running marketing ad campaigns, right, Facebook campaigns, Meta campaigns, whatever it is, or Google ads, your acquisition cost will come down. And if ST has a cold calling, they'll probably have more conversions, more qualified meetings as well, right? And if you're sending emails, then there's more chance that you'll be booking more meetings, because it's not the you'll be reaching out to companies that are more likely to buy a solution, right? And if you're just randomly reaching out to 10,000, maybe only like 200, 300 are perfect fit, they'll probably be the meetings that you'll get, and you're just wasting your money on reaching out to the other 9,700 or 800, right? And your acquisition cost would just go up, and even while writing messages, writing emails for them, your message would just become super targeted and relevant to them, right? I'm not saying just ignore the other 9,700, but maybe there's a different approach that you can take. There's a different messaging that you can write, or maybe you can just ignore them for now and reach out to them later, when they maybe show more signals, right? When they're a better fit for your company. Now, enough of me ranting. Now I'm just gonna go look. I'm just gonna quickly show you what I'm doing here, right? I'm looking at 3 or 4 data points here. Very, very basic. This is for the base list, right? Pretty basic data points as well, but you won't get any of these data points. Maybe one you will, but you won't get the other data points in any of the generic databases out there, right? You just can't find it. Now, yeah, so we have like 100 different car washes. So yeah, we're just importing it using Clay's. There's local businesses, find local businesses. You can keep a location if you want. Just do New York, right? New York City. I'm just gonna increase the proximity. You can just keep it there, right? That's New Jersey, Jersey City. Okay, and business types. Search type. Go. So car wash, right? There's so many here as well. So you can choose whichever one you want. But yeah, in this case, it's just car wash, and you can choose the number of results as well, right? This uses 1 credit. Yeah, this is more accurate, right? If you don't want to use the preferred Google API, then it doesn't use 1 credit, right? It's pretty much free. So in this case, just for the demo, I'm using that. But if not, you can just search here, car wash. Yeah, car wash in New York. Whatever. I can choose a number of results. I think the maximum, yeah, this is 200. I think the API can pull more. It's 2,000. Pull is 2,000 results, right? But yeah, this is how you pull data. Local businesses, basically, you can all do it inside Clay. And yeah, there's a free option as well. So why not, right? Or you can use Appify or Outscraper or tools like that to get the data and just import it here by a CSV. But anyways, we get the website, we get the phone, address, rating, reviews, and all that. Pretty good. Now what I'm doing is, there are like 100 accounts here, but let's say there are like 10,000 accounts, right? That'll be probably the most helpful. You'll be scoring these accounts on who is a perfect fit. Right, so I'm gonna move this here. Right. So first, what I'm doing is I'm scraping the website. I'm asking Clay's inbuilt AI agent, that's Clayagent, to go scrape the website and find out if they have a booking system, they have some sort of online calendar or something. I don't know. To go to check if they sell their service online, right? In most cases, they aren't, but as you can see, there's like one yes there. Yeah, that's pretty much it, right? They're already selling their service online. So most likely they aren't going to be a fit, in the sense they probably won't be the priority, right? Because they're already doing it, and they already have multiple locations. They're also expanding. Yes, these two are a really good signal, but yes, they're already selling their service online, right? Maybe if you can find out, so they're also not using any competitor. I'm not sure, at least the current competitors we're checking right now. I think I given like three competitors that I'm checking for. They aren't using any according to BuiltWith, right? But what I can also do is use Clayagent again to go find out if they are actually using a competitor that might probably result in better results. I'm not sure. Most likely yes, but yeah, I think that comes down to prompting and all that. But in this case, they have this. But even if they are, so if you know how or why your product is better than the competitors, if your product is actually better, then you can definitely reach out to them. But the messaging will be different in this case, right? When you compare it to the message that you'll write it for someone who doesn't have a booking system online, right? That the messaging will be completely different, and that will be way more relevant to them rather than just another blasting in a generic message, right? Or your SDRs can fine tune their script and how they talk and all that, just based on this information. But yeah, this first data point I'm looking at is the booking system, checking if they have one online or not. Next, I'm checking if the car wash has multiple locations, and if they do have multiple locations and they're not using a booking system, online booking system, they can definitely. So they're pretty established. That means they're pretty established. They would have the money, and they definitely would want to increase their revenue and make the best use of all their locations, right? They just get there's just more potential for them to increase their revenue, because if there are multiple locations, they can attract more people from all these different locations to their car washes, and obviously increase the revenue by that much. But yeah, so in this case, if the AI isn't sure of how many locations there are exactly in the US, then I've just asked to output multiple. If it does know the exact number, then obviously output the exact number. And yeah, so the run condition output, this is for the ones that don't have a website, right? But it's pretty easy to go find their website as well. If they do have one, you can just ask the agent to go and find it. That's also another really good use case, right? If they don't have websites, LinkedIn URLs, whatever it is you want to find. So whatever is available on the internet, you can ask the agent to go find it, and it will most likely find it, right? And yeah, so checking if they have multiple car wash locations, and then I'm also checking if they have plans to expand. Right, that's also a really good signal or trait, whatever it is, probably a signal in this case. Right, so if they're expanding, much better, right? They're probably more likely to look for a solution to increase the customers in that specific location, and obviously the others as well. But yeah, they'll definitely look to increase revenue in that specific location, the new location, right? So that's also one signal that I'm checking. And yeah, there are a bunch of ESs, and I'm also checking if they're using competitors using a BuiltWith, that's a native integration, and yeah, and also scoring it finally. So actually I didn't include BuiltWith's score here, so I'm just scoring for the other three actually, but yeah, I probably should. But this is pretty much how it works, right? Scoring, so in this case the total is 30, right? And if the score is 30, and then it's a perfect fit, right? If it's 20, obviously it's good, but it's not the perfect fit, but it's still really good, right? Actually, I think I scored this wrong. It's weird, because if it's a yes, then the score should be less. If it's a no, then the score should be higher, right? So yeah, I think I made a mistake there. This should actually be a perfect fit. Yeah, let me check that. Which one is this? System. Huh? All right. Okay, yeah, that should do it. No save. I don't want to run everything, but let's run this one. Yep. Got it. Okay. Right. I'm just gonna run the first one. I don't know, something's bugging out there, but yeah. Now, as you can see, this is a perfect fit. Score is 30. I'm not considering the BuiltWith right now. but these three is something you can't find it in any other database like Apollo, Outscraper, Google Maps, or whatever it is, right? Car wash locations maybe, but yeah, in none of this can you find. You have to do it manually, right? But yeah, this is pretty much what I'm doing, scoring the accounts, and you can segment. So let's say you have like 10,000 accounts, right? And you have like 200 or 300 perfect fit accounts, then just makes sense to reach out to them first, do whatever it is, for your SDRs, you're running marketing ad campaigns to them, to these specific accounts, you're reaching out via email or SMS, whatever it is, right? I think SMS is illegal, but yeah. So whatever it is, you get the point, right? The acquisition cost will come down, and you just have a much better targeted list of owners of businesses that are more likely to buy your solution, and you're not going to be reaching out to the others who are never going to buy your solution in the first place. This is an example of what you can do inside Clay. There's just so much more that you can. That's obviously specific to changes to every business, every product, whatever it is, right? But yeah, if you have any questions, let me know, and yeah, happy to help.